the rule set up. I want to talk about briefly today. Interesting. The world today is set up like a mousetrap where only those who see the trap can really navigate the world the way it's the earth, right? This world is a system. Um, one of and one of these is whole lesson about that. Which gender, what role do both genders have according to the world the way the world is really set up. The world is set up today is not is a farce. It's not real. When it's really one of the ways the world traps by not a system where we're born into. God created Adam and Eve, and again, this isn't about same-sex attraction. This is about position in role, the role of the male and the man and the woman. All right. So God created a system where the women that He would create would be provided for, protected, and secure, right? But Satan came along and made women think that the way God made the earth, point of Genesis 2 and 3, He creates Adam and Eve, and He makes them with specific roles that if they would just function in them, they would produce order and structure. Because when if they would just function in them, they would create ordered families. Meaning, if the world functioned like this, topics like this would be really not necessary to teach. Why? Because it would be understood that this is the way it is. And it is the way it is. Why? Because God made it that way. Before God created Eve, He created an earth and put a man over it. So the man would rule the earth for God, right? And He gave Adam rules, laws, right? To put the world in order, and also eventually to put the woman that God would give him in order, in structure. See, this world has no structure to it. Because of feminism, that's another mousetrap. that has a lot of women chasing something that they will never have, which is equality with men, which you can never have because God did not create you equal to us. Now that now does that devalue women and all that garbage that feminism pumps into your mind? No, that just states a fact of reality. You are, as a female, never have been or never can be equal to a male because you're not created first. And not only that, you're not a man. At, you're not a man. Period. And that's fine. It's fine to embrace your femininity in order, in structure, right? See, God created men to bring structure on the earth, to bring godly order, to put things straight, right? To be austere. Not to only be austere, but to love the woman, but to love her with a structured love, with a ordered love, right? A love that she can fall under and follow and trust that she is being led, right? So, this in America, in the feminism. Feminism, all right? It okay. I'll say that again. The current ideal of feminism is an illusion. It does not exist. Because we here believe in the Bible. The Bible is promotes femininity, not feminism. Those are different. Feminism is set up on the ideal of so-called equality of genders. There is no such thing, and that's just a fact. Okay, the Bible's the Bible tells us. Excuse me. God instructs us in the Bible to lean not to our own understanding. Proverbs 3:5. But in all our ways acknowledge him, and he will direct our paths. Meaning, when you really start to understand and direct your mind with the Bible, all the confusion around you in the world starts to clear out, starts to line up, because you're starting to uh, guide your thinking, your mind, which is the center of who you are, with reality. This world is not reality. This world is an illusion created by uh, Satanists who literally worship the devil, who himself, the devil is the devil is a hermaphrodite. See, people. So Satan seeks to create the world in his image, which is a confused gender image, where there is no in structure, right? So this is why people are confused. All right. This is why men and women are confused, and a lot of men in the world today are not men. They have the image of a man, but they inwardly have the nature of women. They're feminine. So they can't stand, they don't know what it is to really have masculinity, right? Mean that you walk around thing. No. That talking about. That's just that you of God, you to rule the earth. And yes, he created women to partake in the rulership of the earth under the man, period. That's the only structure that produces order and logic in the earth. Any other structure produces confusion, and this is why the world is the way it is. When a woman properly understands her God-given position, she will purposely and joyfully and contently function as she was created to. And it doesn't matter uh, whether, okay, people think that, uh, you know, wait, what's the comment? I got a comment here. And take the truth, regardless of men and women, and the ability of women to give birth doesn't change the order that God made the earth in. Period. And people see that's effeminate. That's feminine feminism, bruh. See, this feminism stuff is a disease destroyed out of the minds of people. You something with the Bible, a woman can give birth, and so what? You feel equal to men. The Mousetrap Syndrome. And the Most High God took the man and put him into the garden of Eden to put Adam in the garden first. So the he put him in a rulership position, and he gave him what we would say today as work. He told him to dress and keep the garden, tend to it. So a man be a man should have a desire to work, or work be traditionally speaking before he approaches a woman he wants, because a woman, if he addresses her traditionally, it's going to expect him to take care of her, because that's traditional family. The man works, the woman works, the woman raises children, teaches them the law of her man, and guides them, and they function as a unit. If you don't like else. We here offends you. I could care less. Go to a Christian pastor who's going to be equal to men because you're not. And that doesn't devalue you a woman because she is not equal to men. She is a helper. She is created to assist her man, which means she has say as long as agrees with her man. And that doesn't mean she can't correct him. We're in the sense that we're but and that see the world completely a man that thinks like God sees the world in order and logic. Women are not set up that way. Women reason more emotions, which is fine. It's part of their femininity. It's the way God created them. It's a beautiful thing. But because of that, can use those feelings vice versa. God use a man's drive to him into a whoremonger or a fornicator. To do is to have sex with as many women without family, right? So equally, and he uses basic that God created and perverts them. How that's a mousetrap to make it end of everything when it's not. Sex is a beautiful thing if you do it in order. If you and you have sex and then you have children, but nowadays, a lot of people even they sometimes to be and her the woman as long of every tree you may eat of it. I'm going to show Adam a basic. So he wanted free willy nilly. Had laws and rules put over him by God. Sin brings death or through fornication or drunkenness is through misunderstanding rule us God or like gender roles. Just because you look at a man and he him one to have this of femininity, not and a man has to have a masculine of word and follow him when undecided, which is part of us as. But what I mean is, when he acts like his word means nothing, the woman is going to act like his because she doesn't sense my camera back. I'm just going to read this. Wait. It said it is not good that for him Let me emphasize that. For not for her. So you are created for men. Now that is that in doing, taking care of themselves. That's part of being a person. Ladies, is to be, period. That is your purpose. Or Adam to for him only, right? And women, other they still are. That's still. But the difference is today they are taught and educated. You have to reteach us or because men out in the world who appear to be masculine, but they're really feminine. Why? Because they deal with the world through their emotion. Basically, they're women trapped in a man's body. They act just like a woman. They reason like women. They not necessarily talk like one, but they deal with the world through are the emotion. Fine. It's all right for a woman to be and opposite of what he made Adam to be. She could help him rule the earth. And out of the ground, the Most High God formed every beast of the field and fowl of the air and brought them to Adam to see what he would name them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. So, not too much to say about God, animals, and whatever he names them, that's the name of it. So, and Adam gave the cattle and all the fowls of the field, but so Adam saw all the birds and the land animals. He reasoned in his mind, men and women, the male and the female, belong together. But the problem was that he didn't have the help learning for that the woman, which is a natural thing. But which is or it's leading to marriage, which is the goal. Release of sex is not the goal. The release, sex is a wonderful thing, but it's not the goal of any. It's not the goal of meeting each other So I'll read the next few verses and the ribs and the rib which the Most High had taken from man made he a woman and brought her unto the man. So in this scenario, yes, God specifically made Eve and brought her to Adam, or he brought the woman to the man. Why? Because he created of a woman and he brought her. Simple, right? So now this wasn't a confused woman. She didn't have this idea of feminism in her head because there was no corrupted her mind with this equality garbage. Adam said, "This is now." That's what it that's what it means symbolically and literally to be a woman. That you were taken from us. You were taken from the man. You are not a separate entity from men. You are a wombed man. You are part of us. To function in her natural given role by God. Genesis 3, verse 1, God made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat. So the whole point of this is Adam gave the law to the woman, right? Not to eat of the tree of the garden. Excuse me. Not to eat of the fruit of the tree of the midst of the garden. See, now we're going to see how. Actually, I'm going to read. I'm really not going to get out of Genesis today. I'm going to read down to verse 6 here about dynamics of. So I'm just going to unpack this. This is part of the mousetrap of the world, set up by Satan to devour men and women alike. Basically, that's women to coverage and would be without rules because men don't bring family and don't bring family and money. They bring structure and rules to the woman, right? So Satan's agenda was really to get Eve a independent woman. You ye eat thereof, ye open, and ye shall be as God. Told covers. This was women, right? So, and you go with my. I'll open your eyes. I'll give you you'll be as God. Now, what God? He was talking about Adam because Adam in the mouth is a natural understanding of femininity and and replace it with right. So he told, I will give you knowledge. It's when you equate. What does a man mean? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's a job, uh, a part of it, right? And then that. See, women read job stuff, and it makes them. They cause themselves to start to, think they're equal to men. Not make you equal to men. I'm sorry, it never did. Women do are not on the same level as men. What job does a woman do that build? Does she infrastructure, the banks, the what does she build? Way it is, uh, whatever. It's the process come back and destroy it, right? It's just messed. Why? Because the people that run this world, and they are trying to make fusion and set your mind in, to set our minds straight. That's a wonderful thing that he gave us the Bible, because without this book, there would be no order. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise. What one was that? Her, right? So now she's fantasizing about what the devil said, right? Oh, this will make you wise and it'll make you smart. You don't need Adam. You don't need God's structure over you. You can be bad all by yourself, girl. Right? That's what the world says. Be bad by yourself, right? Go get that education. Go get that degree. Go be lonely and unprotected and uncared for. Because what they don't tell you that men, see, we don't care about those things. I mean, I appreciate a smart woman, and you know, that a woman's education doesn't threaten a man. A man with masculinity, it doesn't threaten. Her role is to be. She accepts that her femininity comes out of her, and that starts to replace that lie of feminism she has in her. And she did eat, and did eat, and and gave uh, uh, also unto her husband that Satan wants in the earth, confusing and directing men. Why? Because a man, right? And she nature, they think uh marriage. Hold on, people. eyes day. Presence of the Most High God amongst the trees of the God. And the Most High God called unto Adam. Unto who? He called Adam. And said unto him, where art thou? The question here, God knew what happened. He saw what happened, right? To being, yeah. And he's in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself. And he said, who told thee that thou wast naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee not that thou shouldest not eat? And the man said, the woman whom thou gavest me to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. Now, no, oh, excuse me. I told you not. He's to an feminine, blaming his wife or his woman. Eve did eat the tree first. But the point is, regardless of how he eats of it, his responsibility. Woman said unto the beguiled me, and I did eat. This is true. But the point of the tree, the point is not I say, I told you. So she's feeling unprotected from following her man and deny. They deny this feminism stuff makes who are under that spell deny the ability of being feminine. He's a man.
While you wait to get done,
You
can go to the pool.
Sure.
All right. Hello. No, that's all right. All praise it, Josh.
So God is a male, a man.
That's right. He's a man.
So
I just want to say
he has masculinity, right? That's another topic. But does is flips everything and makes it seem right for a man to be emotional and weak and feminine like women. And it makes women feel like being masculine or operating with the spirit of a male is right. And it's not. It's offsetting. It's and the Most High said unto the serpent, done this and caused and upon thy belly thou shalt go, and of dust shalt thou eat. He will put enmity between thee discussion. People, excuse me, why do I keep flipping? Because of the fall, lean towards their. So, and we know this. For example, if you as a man want to approach a woman, you have to speak to her in a way that triggers her emotions to make her attract to you. You you have to, speak, as we would say, you have to use game or make her feel like she wants you. Multiple in this story, Satan got judged, Adam and Eve got judged by God. So I want to read a couple more things here before I close. The Titus, the aged women, holiness, young women, and sisters, in the young women to seek marriage, to seek family, to seek what is designed for them. God didn't make women to bear the burden of providing for them. Now, is that wrong? No, that's not the way that God created it. That's the way we have to deal with the world we have. The world we have because of Adam and Eve. Would not take his authority and say no when and pull his woman away from the tree. So that's the world we're stuck in, of masculine.
That's why the women
Be discreet. So should have is she should be discreet. Communicate with other people or her man.
no women that today.
That's order. That's that.
The blessed
At home, not
to be a man while the father figure's gone. See, that's accepted in our society.
to their obedience to and come of a man of God, this man, not any man, because not the majority of men are weak. They don't have God in them, the spirit of order, masculinity. Okay, First Peter. Timothy manner also the women should, as that a woman should learn from a young body.
That's right.
Because her body belongs to God. It doesn't belong to her.
Amen.
In modest apparel, with Now, shamefacedness means in their eyes.
Want me to stay here?
Covers being, hair, gold, or precious but which could becometh with good works. Let the women teach, or that's a system law.
Amen.
Right? So women are not to have authority in the world around us.
And they pastor in churches, you believe this? They're really out of order.
For Adam was not this woman being deceived was in the trend. So there's a clear statement of scripture. Adam was beguiled, and based on his need for his woman, he followed her. Otherwise, there would be no fall.
Mm-hmm.
So Timothy 5:14. Women marry. That they marry, bear children, guide the house. So that is your purpose as a woman, to bear children, to have a husband, to guide the house, to be good with money and finances, all that. But it's to be married. I will therefore the young women marry. So that is your purpose as a woman, period. Wow. Your purpose is to be married to a man of God.
Amen.
First Peter 3. First Peter 3. First Peter 3:1. If they obey not the word of without the word by the conversation of their wives. So when a woman is a believing man, she can convert him by being nothing. She just has to. When they behold your chaste conversation, now conversation doesn't just mean the way you speak. It does mean that, but it also covers your lifestyle. Mm-hmm. That you do things with your man out of understanding that is your role. You do it without question.
Mm-hmm.
You don't argue with your man. Arguing not supposed to.
And that's why they're not blessed. Now they wonder why.
Whose adorning, let it not be that of the outward.
Oh, is that the 5 already?
No.
I got it, Josh. Don't worry about it.
But let it be the hidden man of the heart, mm-hmm. in that which is not corrupt, even the adornment of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of God most of great price. Mm-hmm. Be quiet and at peace.
Liar.
Lord, unto the wife, excuse me, this now. You can get our book here on Barnes and Noble, Amazon, and also Christian Faith Publishing. We hope that you were blessed